if you were talking to someone that had a dream in their heart, or, is feeling like there has to be something different, or there needs to be a transition in my life, I'm working a corporate job, I don't know, maybe someone's just feeling like I would love to start my own business. How would you encourage them if they were in that position?
Oftentimes people do ask us, like, how'd you do that? And I want to do what you did. And the answer to all that is not an answer most people like to hear. Most people love to hear, like, it's this and this and it's so easy and then you're gonna be so happy. And the truth is that for us, the journey to where we are now has been a 15-year journey. Like, I worked as an accountant for 10 years, and God was using that time to teach me how to run a business. Like, I didn't know it at the time. I had no idea that I was gonna run a business or even my business, but like, that was what was happening. And another like interesting / crazy thing was, I remember going to all of Stephanie's ultrasounds. I mean, they were our ultrasounds too. And at each one, like, when she found out that we weren't having a boy, she'd cry. And it's because she like desperately wanted this boy, and God had other plans. And I mean, at this stage, like, she's super happy with all the girls that we've had. But I think there was sort of like this cultural, like, she just really wanted to provide a son. And, God had other plans. And through all that, we were able to have Five Daughters Bakery. But also, like, I was able to step into this business with such a good understanding of how you run a business. Yeah. And so for anyone who's coming to me, asking for advice, my more or less immediate response is always going to be, whatever you're doing right now, do it well. Do it excellently. Don't be looking for escapes. Don't be looking for like the way out. What you need to look for is for God to open doors for you. If you love something and you want to do it, and you believe that God's created you to do that, guess what? He's the one who's going to open that door. Yeah. He did for me. It literally took me learning that I liked baking when I was like, 27, until I was 36 before I got my own bakery. Like, it was almost 10 years apart from each other. And so, like, if you found out that you love, making music, or you love making art, or, those are great. Let's pretend like you love, like, building bridges, like, whatever you love, making knives. There's so many things that people do and that they love. Like, God will open the door for you, but you have to keep your eyes open for that. There's sort of two sides. There's a camp that goes, I'm not going to wait for God to open the door. I'm going to find this door. And I've just seen it too many times to say that that's like godly. Like, too many times I've seen people like burn out trying to like do what they love, and God's just not there. And you know what? God's there. He's watching. Like, he loves that you love it, but you need to let him open your doors for you. Like, cause he will at the right time. The other camp is the camp that like loves something, and God opens the door for them, and they're too scared to go through those doors. And I don't know exactly how to encourage that type of person, other than to just say, like, you can trust God. Yeah. Like, you really can. Like, I've, in my life, over and over, it's been like, well, I'll do this, and I'm scared to do this, and I think I'm going to get this in return. And God will go, great. And I do it, and I get that in return instead. Yeah. It's like, what he's got on the other side of an open door for you is way more than you expect, in a great way. And it's just having the courage to walk through it with him. And so I've seen both things. If you have a passion in your heart for something that you love, I believe that God will open the doors for you. I really do. I believe that with all my heart, because I own a donut shop, which is amazing. But at the same time, whatever you're doing right now, do it well. Do it excellently, because you have no idea how it's going to feed in, but I promise you it will feed in to your life. And so that's my advice.
That's so good. How do you know if you're in either side? So if you are in a season where you need to do what you're doing excellently, or if you're too afraid to walk through a door?
Well, So I was sort of referring to two personality types, and it'd probably be a great idea to ask somebody who is in authority over you, or at least that you feel some sort of, pastoral connection to, and just say, what type of person do you think I am? Because it's pretty rare for someone to be doing what they do excellently. It's not pretty rare, but it's usually two different personality types of people that encounter that. Having said that, whatever you're doing, do it excellently. I mean, the Bible tells us that. Like, this is not new news. This is like regular news. I think it gets really watered down in our culture because it feels like most of the jobs that we have these days like don't actually matter. It's like, oh, I just need to be able to do XYZ. Like, I just need to be able to like play worship on the stage with the team, and then they'll know that like that's who I am, and that's how I'll make my money. Don't. Like, stop. Like, God will open that door, and when he does, that type of person will be ready. Do the job that you have right now really well, because then, I mean, depending on what it is, let's pretend you work for me at my donut shop. Like, you'll be connected with a great group of people, and you'll have learned about the responsibilities that you should be carrying into this role. You'll have learned about the leadership that is required. Leadership is the same whether you're, it is more or less the same, whether you're leading at a church, leading in a business, leading on a playground. Like, it's leadership. Leadership is leadership.
Leading at a knife shop.
At a knife shop, at a tent convention. I'm into camping these days. So, but anyway, leadership's the same. But yeah, ask somebody who's a mentor in your life, like, hey, like, do you think I'm maybe sloughing off on what I'm doing at my job and not giving it my all because I feel like I should be doing something else? And if they say yes, then be convicted, change. If they say no, then go to the follow-up question. Do you think if God opened up a door for me, do you think I'd be scared to walk through it? Yeah. Because the chances are, chances are you might. And so I do know that for me personally, I was scared to death to do this business, and my wife was not. And if it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't be here. And so I'm so thankful for that relationship that took me to here. Like, if I had been a single dude, that would be weird. But if I had been a single dude opening a fivedaughtersbakery, but if I had been a single dude, there's no chance on earth that this would have happened. Like, it was because of that relationship that God was able to bring both of us to this place. Yeah. And so, lean on those people around you.
So good. Okay, last question.
Sure.
So, a lot of people talk about, marketplace ministry or making your business your ministry. Is that how you would see the bakery, or like how do you do this kingdom and business?
I'm going to totally riff here.
Do it.
I don't believe in marketplace ministry at all.
Shoot it.
I think that it is a load of hooey. Like, either you live your life like authentically and you minister to people, or you don't. Whatever ministry you think you have, like, it's everywhere. It's not in a church. It's not in your business. It's not any one place or any 5 places. It's actually everywhere. And I think that people, the other thing I'm going to riff on is I think that people overinflate their self-importance. Like, I think that like God's the one who actually usually talks to people. Even when Jesus was speaking, he was recognizing that most of what he was saying was actually going to 12 dudes, even if there were 5,000 people there. It was actually for these 12 dudes. Now, he knew, because he had perspective, that would grow. Like, he understood like seed sowed, but like he wasn't trying to like get these massive crowds. Like, his favorite moments were the moments with him and his disciples. Yeah. Or him and this woman at the well, just the two of them. Like, those were his favorite moments because he understood that those were the moments that actually produced the fruit that would change the world. Yeah. And I think that our culture is so backwards on that. In our culture, it's like, how many followers can you get? How big can your church be? Or how big can your concert be? Or how many customers can you have? Or, anything big, like how many can you get? what is so phony about that is that the bigger that it gets, the less like it's actually real and changing somebody. Like you can lose it all just like that. And then what do you have?
Yeah.
You have what you sowed into your family,
Right.
you know, what you sowed into your really close friends. And so marketplace ministry, while I do agree with like your business should match your like personal ethics, you know, great. Like that shouldn't be called marketplace ministry. That's just life, you know, and like your ministry is to the people who are close to you.
Yeah.
And to the people that you can get close to and impact, whether it's in just one moment, like whether you are meeting someone who's homeless and just like having an impactful moment with them, or it's your wife or your spouse is probably the easier way to say that. Not all of you have
Everyone
wives.
has a wife.
Everyone's wife. Go talk to your wife. She'll tell you what to do. And
So what does that look like for you? Like what would...
But for me, like, well, multiple things. One, it's true. Our business does reflect like our values. Like nothing is sweeter than family is our slogan. And family matters the most in our business. At the same time, like for me, unlike too many business people that I've seen, I try to make a conscious effort to every day speak into the lives of my children and speak into my wife. You know, like they're what matters the most. They're the ones who I get to have the greatest impact on, not the amount of people who buy donuts from me. Some of those people are going to love me. Some of those people are not going to love me. Some of those people are not going to even care.
Right.
And so, but my kids care. My wife cares.
Right. And at the end of the day, that's what we have.
Matters. That's what
what
matters. Yeah.
That's
Seed
so
sown.
good.
Yeah.
Come on. Thank you so much, Isaac.
Sure.
This was like I'm still reeling from everything, so I know that I received a lot, and so I hope that everyone that is watching would feel encouraged and check out the bakery and
come get a donut.
come get a donut and
Or just come to Nashville.
come
Or
to
Atlanta.
Nashville. Or Atlanta. But thank you so much for sharing the story and sharing the wisdom and just the whole process for you guys.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. Bye.